There he is, none other than the legendary Shrek. You might be wondering, why is he green, and what secrets lie beneath those layers? Welcome to my channel, where all I talk about is the Shrek lore and much more. If you're new here, make sure you show some love by hitting that like and subscribe button. It really helps the YouTube algorithm spread my content to even more viewers. Thanks for joining in, and let's get started. To start off with, the storybook serves as a visual cue to establish the fairy tale world in which Shrek lives in. But the movie intentionally breaks away from standard fairy tale conventions. Shrek's story is not a typical fairy tale, with a prince rescuing a princess or characters living in grand castles. Instead, it challenges these conventions by portraying an unconventional ogre protagonist living in a swamp and embarking on a quest that defies traditional fairy tale expectations. The opening scene introduces the main character, Shrek, in a comedic and memorable way. It establishes his unconventional appearance, personality, and lifestyle as a solitary ogre who prefers to live in solitude. And for heaven's sakes, he's showering in mud and breaking mirrors with his own smile. Throughout the beginning of the movie, Shrek's desire for solitude is repeatedly emphasized, showcasing his preference for isolation and privacy. He lives in a secluded swamp, away from society, and actively avoids interaction with others. When the fairy tale creatures are dumped onto his swamp by Lord Farquaad, Shrek's initial response is to get them off his land, not out of the concern for their well-being, but for his own personal desires. However, as the story progresses, Shrek's attitude towards the fairy tale creatures begins to evolve. Through his interactions with Donkey, a talkative and persistent character who becomes his unexpected companion, Shrek starts to open up and let his guard down. Shrek's initial desire for solitude is gradually challenged as he realizes the value of companionship, friendship, and emotional connection. His character arc involves a shift from a self-centered, isolated mindset to a more accepting and empathetic perspective. This evolution is evident in his actions towards the middle of the movie when he rescues Princess Fiona from the castle, risking his own life to save her and ultimately forming a deep emotional connection with her. As Shrek spends more time with Fiona, he begins to develop romantic feelings for her. This may be surprising to some people who assume that ogres are incapable of expressing love or forming emotional connections. Shrek's statement earlier is a metaphor that suggests there is more to him than meets the eye. He feels misunderstood by others who only see him as a terrifying monster. In reality, he has a complex personality and a range of emotions just like any other person. Somehow Shrek experiences conflicting emotions as he goes through his unexpected journey with Fiona. Although he's fallen in love with the princess, their relationship becomes complicated when Donkey discovers Fiona's true form and her backstory. Shrek accidentally overhears this part of their conversation and assumes that Fiona is ready to leave him and start a new life with Lord Farquaad. This misunderstanding causes Shrek to feel devastated and uncertain about his future with Fiona. And in this, the filmmakers use a dramatic irony to build up the suspense and add tension to Shrek's story, as the audience is aware of Fiona's true feelings for Shrek, while Shrek remains in the dark. After delivering Fiona to Lord Farquaad, Shrek returns to a swamp feeling hurt and heartbroken. As he rummages through his swamp, he realizes the true emptiness of his life. He reflects on the quest he had just completed to rescue the princess, and overall he feels a deep sense of regret for giving up on the only possibility of love. In Shrek's moment of despair, Donkey shows up and confronts Shrek. Through their argument, Donkey reminds Shrek of the inner discoveries Shrek made during his quest, and the importance of being true to himself. Donkey's words stir something deep within Shrek, and he drops everything he has left to embark a new quest, to resurrect and rescue the princess that got away. Shrek went back to the castle on Dragonback, haha, get it? To retrieve his lost princess. When he arrives, he's nervous and unsure of how to get to his woman. After launching Donkey through the air multiple times, he bursts through the door, running after his love. Upon arrival, Shrek receives much judgment from Lord Farquaad and his followers within the chapel of which the ceremony is taking place. This is a big step in which Shrek defies the norms of an ogre and wins the heart of Fiona. In the end, Shrek and Fiona live happily ever after together in their swamp. Throughout the movie, Shrek is portrayed in a comedic and memorable way, and it establishes his unconventional appearance, personality, and lifestyle as an ogre. As the movie progresses, we see Shrek grow into someone who can show the value of companionship, friendship, and the emotional connection. After spending countless hours on this, I've really come to enjoy this project. This semester has been amazing, and I'm forever grateful for this opportunity to be creative and look beyond the picture of this movie.